Well, I was letting that play so everybody get a chance to listen to some good old original and legacy beat. But tonight I wanted to get a chance to unveil to you guys something we've been working on, something we've been putting a lot of effort in creating to be able to share more information on finances. Thank you everybody for joining in. Miss Loving Life, Miss Morgan, thank you for joining in. Miss Burgess, Miss Gotti, thank you for joining in. My man, Mackenzie, thank you for joining in. Royce, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Yeah, man, that beat was fire. Shouts out to Original and Legacy, just for doing that right there. That's something special. But tonight we're gonna get a chance to talk about, finances in another way. I didn't want to keep it tailored to one thing. Today I'm gonna sprinkle a couple of other things that we talk about in the financial game or in the financial arena. We're gonna talk about a few things and give you guys a chance to see different areas in finances that might cause you to ask more questions, right? Let's see if that works well. So real quick, this was a publication that was put out by IRS back in 2005. And you guys know the numbers have changed, the numbers have increased. But at that time, it stated that over $215 billion, the total of money that taxpayers overpaid was $215 billion, guys. And over 101 million taxpayers participated in that. That was 80% of Americans, right? And at that time, they said that most people were using it as an extra or a forced savings method. But I want you to read what IRS says right here. Putting the money in any type of savings account or paying down debts might be a better option. So real quick, that right there tells you, not from me, but from the horse's mouth themselves. Guys, there's better things that you guys could be doing with the money that you're letting fly out the window. Tonight, I'm going to show you an example or a few examples of what your wealth could be doing for you or what position you're putting yourself in by not capitalizing this way, or even if you're using the same old school mom, dad, grandpa technique of, I'll give it away today and I'll get it back tomorrow. We'll talk about that too. But real quick right here, you see a paycheck of someone who is, going to work like so many of us, knocking out the 40-hour week, knocking out the 80-hour, bi-week game, going to work, giving everything they got, making sure they're on time, doing what they have to do to beat traffic, miss football games, miss ballet, make sure they're at work, sick, sun up to sun down. I've worked a few jobs like that myself, guys, where it's sun up to sun down, bell to bell is what they call it. But again, you working that hard and your gross income is $1,200 every pay period, right? But for most people, they don't get a chance to take home that whole $1,200. For most people, that net paycheck is really $887, right? Let me get some thumbs up, or let me get some yes. you know, if you can relate, or maybe you know somebody who relates. Hey, let's not say you can relate, but let's say you know somebody that could be going through that situation, right? Where they're working for a certain amount gross, but that's not what they're taking home. Give me some ones if you guys can hear me, or if you guys, you know, maybe know somebody going through that, right? What that publication was saying that IRS put out was saying if you correctly filled out your W-4, guys, instead of leaving that close to $200 on the table, you could be the individual that takes their new paycheck. Instead of $1,200 gross, yeah, you're going to lose a couple dollars, but they're taking home $1,074, guys. That's a big difference. You know, that's able to cover, you know, a light bill. That's able to cover maybe a car note for some people. When you think about what that means in a couple, what that means in a family of maybe 3 people working in a household, you know, and this is what's happening. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I ain't seeing no ones. Where the ones at, man? You guys can hear me? Well, hey, let me keep going, man. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Right? Oh, man, that was real fast. So here we go. So what does that look like? Let's say that individual has $500 coming out monthly. That $500, they can allow that $500 to come out. But let's say they took some initiative at understanding a little bit more about finances. They took some time to, you know, go out to an event, go out to a seminar, make a workshop, you know, just get a little bit more understanding of what the possibilities are, or what they've been doing in the past 15 years, and if that needs to change, right? So let's say they have that $500 and they're bringing that back home by properly filling out that W-4. And now for the next 15 years, they're able to place that in a vehicle that gives them an opportunity at generating more income. Oh man, come on, guys. At generating more income, right? Now, let's say that at 8% is able to generate for them $173,000, guys. Would you say it's better for you to keep letting the $500 go out? Maybe there's no sound to this thing, man. I just don't know, man. Okay, we all in there. We all in there. All right. So now they take that $500 back, and instead of 15 years, or after seeing some great results for the 15 years, don't worry, guys. We'll get a chance later on this video to show you guys where the 8% is, where the 10% is, where the 15% is, right? And guys, there are vehicles that you want to write this down. Come with a floor. A floor means your money never loses. So we'll get a chance to share some more information on that for you. But let's say that $500, they do that for 30 years. I know my mother's been working for 30 years. I know some of us can look and see, I've been working for 15, maybe more. But 30 years, 8%, that's $745,000 in an investment vehicle, right? Right? That's some good, that's enough to maybe retire on. How many of us could say that their plan currently is taking them in the route where they can say at retirement they'll have 745,000, you know, put away, getting them a nice income monthly? Not many people can say that that's their situation. But if you think about it, if you've been working for the past 30 years and your situation has been $500 coming out, you might have built that kind of retirement account for someone else, right? Because think about it. That $500, when it does come out, it doesn't just go into a drawer. I know it's coming out of your paycheck, but the country, the government, IRS, whoever you guys want to call, they're not just putting it in a drawer somewhere. That 500 is shaking some, right? So let's say you say, okay, I'm gonna give them the 500, and you're in that mentality, or we're in that mentality of, I'm gonna give it away today and get it back tomorrow, right? $500 a month, give or take about 6,000 a year, and I'm gonna get 6,000 back tax time, right, guys? The truth of that is oh man, that just isn't the truth. And so many people get a rude awakening, and unfortunately, you know, the lack of knowledge, just not knowing, or maybe just not having enough information to see there's different opportunities, right, guys? Like I was saying, how powerful those workshops are, those seminars are, or just taking more classes on finances in America, American finances. The reality would be $500 a month, $6,000 that would come out, but in their tax, they'd probably see $4,000 come back. Now, $4,000, if they're going to do that same philosophy or continue that same system, $4,000 coming back every year. I mean, for the next 15 years, give or take, they don't spend any of it. That's $60,000 in reality, right? And for many people, they're still in that game of, you know, I'm going to give it away and I'll get it back at the end of the year, right? And for like that situation says right here, you might be using this extra withholding as a forced savings method, but Uncle Sam does not pay interest on refunds except for special circumstances. Guys, putting that money in any type of savings account or paying down debts might be a better option. All right, guys? So like think about, there's other things that you could be doing with that money, taking it home or investing it. And in summary, this is what it looks like. $6,000 a year, 30 years of their lifetime. They would be able, or you would ought to think, or you would think they'd be able to look at an investment account or that account and see 180,000, you know, in that savings account, because, you know, I just got it back at the end of the year. I didn't need it. It just came in the form of a bonus, or it came in the form of additional income, right? The reality of it is not that 6,000 coming back to you. It might be 4,000, give or take. You special. $4,000 coming back, you know, for the next 30 years. That's 120,000. All right, that's 120,000. Give or take, if you really don't spend any of it, inflation, all that into consideration, price of living going up, maybe it costs a little bit more. Maybe you do got to tap into it. But in the other case, we got family B right here that says, I'm going to take all my money and I'm taking it all home every month. I work for it. I need it. My kids need it. My light bill here. My car note here. I got water bill. Hey, I need to start saving. Yo, I need my money, B. I need my money, son. So they take that 500 a month. They take that home. That total 6,000. They increase their take home by 6,000 that year. But they buckled down for the next 30 years of saying, you know what? I'm going to be vigilant. Hey, man, y'all know, man, I'm Haitian, man. My English ain't that good. With my spending, and I'm going to take account for what I'm doing with my budget. And what happens is, for the next 30 years, they're letting the 8% growth happen on their investment, and the growth is 745,000. Guys, that's the difference. I mean, the 500 is coming out regardless, right? And you think the government, the people that really running the game, that doing this not just to one person, but to millions, is settling for a measly 8%? You got to be joking. You got to be joking. If you think they're going to settle for a measly 8%, right? They got to want more. They got to want more. So you guys just take that into consideration. I'd love to share more. Tonight just ain't that night. I got to go home. But I do want you guys just to take that into consideration and see that there are other options out there. You know, you might have that one friend that says, oh, if I give it away, I'm a owe. Man, look, there's other ways to move around that. There are other laws that are put in place to assist you. There are other advantages that are put in place that help you move forward in building your wealth and creating that legacy for your children, for your family. So I just wanted to get a chance to share that with you guys, leave some powerful information with you guys. So with that being said, that's what I got. I'm gonna listen to some more originals, some legacy. And I really thank everybody for joining us tonight. Thank you guys for taking some time out, getting some wealth knowledge. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. It's Friday, right? So I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna enjoy my time with my wife and my son. But thank you guys for joining and tuning in. We had a good time. Hopefully next Friday, and you guys tune in and we do this again. Yeah, next Friday we can do it again. I'll show you guys what it looks like when you are a business owner. There's some things that you guys can write off from mortgage, utilities, cell phones, the mileage that you're driving in your car, meals, entertainment. And we'll go ahead and go a little bit deeper into depth on what this is and how you look at it. Oh yeah, and the business tax savings for business owners, we'll get a chance to go in depth with that. But thank you guys for joining in. Appreciate it. You guys have a great night. Take your money back home. Yeah.